unprintable names that I've said. Please say it here. That is false, Ayo.
Is drug lord a pleasant name? Is that something you can...
Well, no. Please, can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Drug lord is not an unprintable name. If you are a drug lord, first and foremost, if you are a thief, it is not libel to say you are a thief. How am I going to tell you that if you are a thief, I'll come and meet you and say, oh, you are a nice person who diplomatically likes to take things that do not belong to you? No, you are a thief. Bola Tinubu is a non-drug lord. It's not an unprintable word. I've got facts to back it up. I've got documents to back it up. I spent my money. I went to Chicago. I went to the court. I got the certified true copies. Bola Tinubu is a drug lord. That is not an unprintable name.
So, standing on all existing protocol, I want to welcome everybody, all my viewers and subscribers to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for always standing by and watching our video. So the short clip you actually watched was Reno Omokri, and that video was taken in 2023 presidential election. Although that time he was actually working for PDP candidate in person of Atiku Abubakar during the 2023 presidential election. And 2020 presidential election, several opposition, several opponents, they try as much as possible to display the weak point of their opponent. You understand? And for Reno Omokri, some of the things he was able to say then was calling Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current president now, of whom he is now praising, a drug baron, alleging that his certificate from Chicago State University, is fake and all of that. So many controversy then that actually, sparked several reactions. And even one of it was also the forfeiture of some thousands of dollars by Bola Ahmed Tinubu then several years ago because of some things, you understand. So I'm not even here to talk about those ones, but I'm here to talk about the nomination of Reno Omokri as ambassador, and it has sparked several speculation. The Senate currently is debating towards, because of all of this, and most especially calling Bola Ahmed Tinubu a drug baron. Just like a no man saying what goes around comes around. You understand? The media will never lie. You understand? You can do so many things, but the social media, in as much as the content has been pulled out there, it will never lie. So now, guys, so many people is calling for, the removal of Reno Omokri, former next chairman, Muhammad Yakubu. So many Nigerians are curious because they felt. So you mean these are the people that will be representing us? Because you need to know what the duties and the roles and the functionalities of these ambassadors. They are there to represent Nigeria. So whatever country they are posted to, they're representing 200 million plus Nigerians there. They are just like the president in that country. You understand? So it means that anybody that wants to represent us must represent us well. And in this case of Reno Omokri, it has actually taken another dimension because of what so many people are saying, how dare that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because of all of what is happening. Although so many people felt like maybe Bola Ahmed Tinubu has forgiven him, because we have so many people in the 2023 presidential election in the camp of Atiku Abubakar when he was in PDP that spoke against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, someone like Dene Boala, Reno Omokri, a lot of them. And now, at this moment, they are now praising and supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So maybe peradventure Bola Ahmed Tinubu has even forgiven him. We don't know, but let's wait. Just as what many people are saying, how dare that he should be removed. And even as we speak, there are several controversy on that particular Reno Omokri nomination because of his drug baron claim against the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What is your thought about the list? Drop your comments and do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys. God bless Nigeria and God bless Africa. Peace.
If Bola Tinubu approaches you to work with him, would you?
It will never happen.
Okay, which one? Which of the scenarios? Him approaching you or you accepting to work with him?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to betray privilege. Somebody from Bola Tinubu's camp has already reached out to me, and I told the person that, look, it cannot happen. I can't do it. It's just against my principles. I'm not. Some people can do that. It's not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I wish Bola Tinubu well if he eventually is sworn in and then the courts uphold his victory. But I can never work with him.
I can never work with him. Let me take some reactions. This person wrote on X. He can never work with Tinubu.
not maybe, not let's see. He said never. Today, the same Reno is dancing like someone that just won a visa lottery because he has been nominated as an ambassador. This is why Nigerians don't take these loud online philosophers seriously. Their never has an expiry date. Their principles only work when there is no appointment or money on the table. The moment opportunity shows face, their conscience goes on sabbatical. Reno didn't just U-turn. He did a full spiritual somersault from it's not in my DNA to your excellency, sir. When do I resume? Now, these kind people, they preach integrity for social media. Shame on the pathological liar. Well, the People's Democratic Party has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to withdraw the list of 23 ambassadorial nominees, describing it as a diplomatic all-time low. In a statement, the PDP said the nomination list represents a mockery of Nigeria's foreign service and an embarrassment to the nation's diplomatic tradition. The opposition party argued that some of the nominees lack the requisite diplomatic experience and competence to represent Nigeria effectively on the global stage. Well, in the same vein, an old video of Femi Fani-Kayode verbally attacking a journalist has resurfaced online following his nomination as Nigeria's ambassador designate. In the 2020 video, Femi Fani-Kayode is seen calling out a Daily Trust journalist, calling him stupid for asking him a question about who was bankrolling his tour of southern Nigeria. Let's take a look.
What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of insulting question is that? Please don't insult me here. Okay, I don't want to take any questions from this man. Very stupid. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll who? You have a small mind. Very small mind. Don't judge me by your own standard. Don't ever try that with me again. No. Don't, please. You see me well. Don't ever. All right? I have a short fuse. Okay? Don't.
Well, the incident, which sparked widespread condemnation at the time, has now gone viral again as Nigerians question whether someone with such temperament is fit to represent the country diplomatically. Critics argue that diplomacy requires restraint, respect, and communication skills, qualities that they say Femi Fani-Kayode clearly lacked in his treatment of this particular journalist. Dr. Abati.
Well, very quickly, I mean, while I don't want to focus on the personalities, earlier on this program, I tried to lay the critical areas of concern to identify them by saying, look, we have 109 missions. The president so far has appointed only 35. Now, for us to have a full picture, a comprehensive picture, and to be able to do a detailed assessment of the list, we'll need to see, you know, what the figure is finally. And whether or not this should not have been prefaced by a review of the missions. Because at a point in this same country, we could not pay diplomats. We could not provide accommodation. In fact, I recall one mission had electricity and water supply cut off because the Nigerian government could not meet its bills. So it's not as if it's some fancy thing to be an ambassador. The government must be able to provide the dignity that that office requires. We also raised the point about temperament, which you are talking about with Ambassador Joe Keshi when we interviewed him. And he was saying that temperament is important, but that what he sees on that list is a collection of the good, the bad, and the ugly. He was very willing to identify the good ones, but in terms of the ugly ones, he just made a general statement about former governors who should not, in fact, be seen in decent company after office, who will now go and become representatives. Now, I think it's also an important point because you may well post some people to some countries and they will go there and carry placards, depending on where the wind blows. Even they may carry placards against Nigeria. or they will be having a diplomatic function. They can even go there and abuse key officials of the country, which will be a very serious diplomatic issue. Of course, the country, the receiving host country, would have under the Convention on Diplomatic Privileges and Immunities, can declare them persona non grata and expel them. The third point, of course, is that we are all concerned about this list because Nigeria is not very popular in some parts of the world. And we want people who can represent us very well. The ambassador is a representative of the sovereign, or the sovereign state. He's also a personal representative of the president. So the president of Nigeria will say it is his prerogative to choose whoever he wants. And he has those powers under Section 177 of the 1999 Constitution. But we as the people of Nigeria, I think we have every right to say whoever is going to represent us will not be people who will go and organize a riot or go there to carry placards or go there to abuse key officials in the host country and then bring embarrassment to Nigeria. It's still a long process, finally. They will see, they say they will go through a security screening. They will go through Senate screening. And then, of course, the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs will have to write a letter to the host country to get an agreement, which is an agreement by the host country. And the host country can say, we don't want this character. So even if the screening fails here, it may not fail in some other countries. If Anika, for example, cannot be sent to Israel or to United States. Rhetoric, so these are the issues. And up to the end of 2026, these ambassadors may not even be posted. It's a long process.
All right, speaking about character, Dr. Abati said he did not want to focus on personalities, but that's really what's been making the news on social media. Before I come to you, Ayo, meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress has condemned the nomination of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, as an ambassador designate. In a statement, the ADC described the nomination as inappropriate and insensitive, arguing that Yakubu presided over some of the most controversial elections in Nigeria's history. The party accused the former INEC chairman of overseeing flawed electoral processes that undermined democracy and eroded public trust in the electoral system, adding that rewarding Yakubu with an ambassadorial appointment sends the wrong signal and contradicts calls for accountability in public service. Well, the party has urged the Senate to reject Yakubu's nomination, stating that individuals who failed to deliver credible elections should not be rewarded with prestigious diplomatic positions. And I'll take a reaction, Ayo, before I come to you. Uncle Dips wrote on X, even though he is highly qualified and will likely do a great job, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu will be making a grievous mistake if he accepts this ambassadorial nomination after spending 10 years at the helm of INEC, supervising the election that brought the incumbent government to power. It will be highly irregular if he takes a job from the same government if he is bored. There are many universities that would be honored to have him taking a few classes. I mean, these are some of the, pushbacks from those three personalities that I mentioned earlier in my statement, because obviously it was controversial. I mean, it became controversial over the weekend with many views you've seen from the PDP. We also saw from, Delta State, people condemning Reno Omokri, and now, of course, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who, was responsible for bringing in this government to power. Your thoughts?
All right. In fact, maybe some people might say that it's that last statement you made that has earned him this nomination, even though it's arguable that he's the one that brought in this current administration through the election. That a number of people argued as to whether or not it was free, fair, and credible, and had one of the highest election petitions before the tribunal during his tenure. And so a number of people criticized that and are saying that perhaps it's too short a time closer to the election and his retirement where he is seen to almost be rewarded for a job well done as INEC chair, even though a number of people disagree with that. Oji, it's not just the three names that are contentious, because the names reflect the fact that people who handled their individual states incompetently, people who had cases with the EFCC for fraud, for mismanagement of funds, people who do not have experience or expertise in these areas, people who have been known to go on social media to speak in ways that are not honorable by any way or form and are not befitting of the office of an ambassador, people who are known to have, have personal cases, you can say, oh, it's his personal life, but cases of domestic violence, allegations against them. These are the people that are being brought forward as ambassador nominees. And then you ask the question, with the population of 230 million Nigerians, these are the people, 32 of these are the people that the president saw fit to nominate as ambassadors, the chief diplomat in our foreign missions to represent and speak on behalf of the country. You begin to question the thought process of his advisors and the ability of the president to put people into positions. Don't forget that when he was running for election, he had said that one of his key strategies is teamship and his ability to identify talents and put round pegs in round holes. But this is a misfit by a lot of standards, whether through character, through experience. And so people are asking, what is the process by which the president makes his decisions? That's number one. Remember the ministerial nominees as well. There was a lot of noise around that these were mainly political rewards when we needed expertise, particularly at a critical time like this in the nation's history. And so those are some of the things. Again, I hope the president might look into this, withdraw, but then take a critical look at those in his kitchen cabinet who are advising him to make such decisions to cause embarrassment to his government where a lot of people disagree with. Finally, let me say that, unfortunately, this news has overshadowed those who actually are on merits. The 15 career ambassadors, we congratulate them. This is the work they have done. They have a lot of experience and they bring it to bear in their work. So congratulations to all of them, and I'm hoping that this whole hula baloo will not overshadow what should be a glory moment for them based on the hard work they've done so far.
Well said. The story will continue to unfold. I would